All right, we are live, everyone. Sorry I'm a little bit late. Work was what work was, you know. So, here we are once again in the pocket dimension, getting ready to finish up painting the monthly monster, the Cavern troll from Wizkids, Deep Cuts figures. So, I missed a couple of spots, but we'll touch those up. So, probably finish this up tonight or get it mostly finished finally. And if you'll forgive me, I did order a pizza. I got home a little bit late, just a little bit before 7, so uh you know, it is what it is, right? So all right. Hey Pumpkin, what you doing, buddy? You snuck in here, didn't you? You barged. You didn't sneak so much as you barged, huh? Does it meet with your expectations, huh? Does it? Oh, look out now! Don't go getting up on the. Don't go getting up on the desk here. Is it meet? Is it meet specifications there, boss? Huh? All right. I think I will take you out into the other room and let you. Oh, you say you promised you're gonna be good this time, huh? You've promised this before. Remember, this does not work too well. You are too big to fit between my knees and the desk. Yes, you are, Pumpkin. You are just way too big. Too big. You are too big. You're a fat boy. You're a fat little boy. You're such a fat little boy. Okay, you're not fat. You're chonkers. Alrighty. Well, I think we probably need to take you out into the other room and banish you from the pocket dimension this day. You barged in when I came in, because you do that. You're like, I haven't seen you all day, Dad. I haven't seen you all day. Yeah, but you get me all weekend to yourself mostly, except last weekend and 2 weekends before that. I have to paint. I can't pet you all the time. I have to pet. I have to paint. I can't pet. Must paint, not pet. All right. So we're going to use some of this Uriel yellow. And we're going to go over these spikes on this guy. There are crystals growing out of his back, evidently. So we're going to make yellow or amber crystals. But I think I'm going to banish the beast here. Sorry, buddy. I gotta banish you. I have got to put you out into the dark outer. You can't be in the pocket dimension, buddy. The outer darkness. To the outer darkness with you. I mean, I guess it could be a kitty cat stream, but I think I think for what it is, I think I need to not have him in here for what I'm doing here. So, all right. Let's go here and go here. Hey, 42 subscribers so far. That's awesome. So, all right. Hey, 42 subscribers so far. That's awesome. Okay. So I can read what's going on here. Yeah, so I got a live chat over there, got the chat here. All right. So we're just going to use Euro Yellow. I should have a pizza coming, so we'll be taking a little bio break a little earlier than usual tonight, I think. But I'm going to use Euro Yellow on these crystals growing out of this fella's back here. But yeah, work's been a little rough today. What with the rain and everything. Yesterday afternoon I got rained out. So it was what it was, and then today I did my best. I had an appointment this morning that I'd forgotten about, so that took up my morning, unfortunately. So So I'm just going to try to do some crystal work. It's much like gemstones. Very similar process. Kind of getting a headache tonight. Feel a headache coming on. Hate to say. I may just have to cut things short tonight, and I hate to do that. But it is what it is. So if you're watching, or if you're not watching, if you're watching this on the VOD, I appreciate you watching that. So leave a like, leave a comment. If you're on the YouTube side of things, I see I have 42 subscribers over there on YouTube, which is really cool. I'm trying to get to 50 so that I can use my tablet to live stream, which I could probably live stream to Twitch with my tablet, but I don't know. I'm trying to broaden out a little bit, you know. So see how that works. Just using Euro Yellow, which is one of the best yellows Workshop has ever made, and I think it's still really one of the best yellows on the market, quite honestly. It's got good pigmentation, while I still have to really get two good coats of it on there to really get any really solid coloration without being streaky. If you put it over an ochre, the Euro Yellow works really nicely. Um, whether it's XV88 or Tau Sept Ochre, which I think Tau Sept Ochre, they don't make that anymore. I think that's what XV88 was took the place of. The Workshop's really weird about their paint line. The way they seems like they change it every couple of years for no real good reason, or at least they change the names if they don't change the paints. But Euro Yellow has been a very kind yellow for me to use from time to time when I'm painting yellow. It has a nice warm brightness to it. As you can see, it's not terrible. It's got good coverage. So you can probably see right here on the screen how that brownish ochre has been turning into bright yellow with the application of the Euro Yellow. So when I do these up as crystals, I'm going to do them very similar to the way I would do a gemstone. But the only difference is that everything's going to be on a flat plane. So each plane gets its own light to dark transition. But the problem with that is also you have different planes coming together. So you have different angles. And that also can cause challenges to your paintwork, or to my paintwork. Because crystals, much like gemstones, have that internal warmth or that internal light effect that you're looking for. So it is a bit of a challenge. And then they also have those high points on them as well. So But this is a good place to use ice yellow as well. So you're going to do your highlights, and you're going to have lowlights and highlights. Again, crystals are much like gemstones. You're trying to get that light to dark sort of internal look to them. Of course, yellow is a weird color for crystals. We don't really see them in nature often, and when we do, they're kind of dingy looking yellow, right? But there you have it. But this is a fantasy or a science fiction critter, so we can punch that yellow right up, and just really make something neat and stand out contrast, you know. So I've got a pizza coming here in a little while, so I may take a break and do a two-parter tonight. Actually, I think I ordered pasta instead of pizza. Just got home late from work is all. Didn't have much time to sit down and relax and do much between work and stream tonight, so it is what it is. It's been raining here for the last couple of days. I got rained out from my project yesterday afternoon, so I went back to do that today. Yeah. But instead of getting it out there and getting on it this morning the way I had intended to, I had forgotten that I had an appointment for the solar power people here at the house to do a survey this morning. So that took time. So I worked this afternoon on that project at the customer's house to install an outside disconnect from the meter to the panel inside. I had to move the meter a little bit, obviously. I had to drill out so I could put, hey Ray Dillon, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for joining me on the YouTube tonight. If that's easier for you, then I think that's cool. So I'm just talking about work a little bit, and wound up being a little late to the stream tonight just because I needed a couple of minutes to relax after getting in tonight. But it was kind of drizzly today, but it wasn't terrible. It wasn't as hard rain as it was yesterday afternoon, so I just continued on, you know. Oh, pizza's here. Beg pardon. Alright. I go on a little bio break here. I will be back in just a moment. All right, I am here, but my hands are full. So I gotta get the cat out, out, out. To the outer darkness with you, beast. To the outer darkness. No longer will you be here in the pocket dimension. At least not tonight. Mr. Barge in. Barge in. No, beast, you cannot come into the pocket dimension. You have been banished from the pocket dimension. And that'll get you banished real good. Mr. Snotty. Get out. Oh, no, 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 no. Nope. Good grief. I just cannot seem to keep him out sometimes. Oh, gosh. Well, I hate to eat here on the stream, but I'm hungry, so I'm going to change the position on my camera here, because I don't have my face camera right now anymore. Like, it's not working. So we'll just make do with the close cam. And I'm sorry for that, but this is what we're just gonna have to use here. So at least I can visit while I eat. So hope everybody's having a great week. And if you're down where it's being hey, They forgot my salad. Uh, Do I prefer someone watching the stream on YouTube or Twitch? I don't prefer. I don't have a preference. That's up to you. That's up to the user. That is definitely up to the viewer. I don't have a preference at all. But if you are watching on YouTube, feel free to throw a like down there. The old like, share, subscribe thing, right? And since you already subscribed, like and share. But oof. Hopefully anybody down south is I don't know how, I haven't heard how things are going for people in the affected hurricane area lately. But we sure do have a lot of rain up here in the Northlands. It's funny, there's always some debate as to whether or not you should eat on your stream. Well, I don't know. Look, it's my stream. I said I was going to be here at 7. I was a little late. I mean, these things happen. I don't have an office job, so it's not like I go to the same place from 9 to 5 every day. Sometimes it's 4 to 6. 4 a.m. to 6 p.m. They forgot my salad. Unless I forgot to add it to the order. I thought I added it to the order. I'll have to look here in a minute. Boyd and Russell already called off school for tomorrow for flooding. Yep, no doubt. It's been relentless. That's for sure. So I think I've figured out some things I want to do. So one of the things that I've been wanting to do is do YouTube videos, like actual videos. And now I'm making you hungry. I'm gonna run up and get some food. Well, it's that time of day when food is ingested by a great many people between the hours of 5 and 7 p.m. But I'm not happy they forgot my salad. Oh well. But I was thinking, I've always wanted to try to do video editing and do some high production. Video stuff. And I've got things in the can. I've got raw footage ready to go. I just need to edit it. But some of the things that I've done, I don't think are things I necessarily want to do every week. So I was watching some of these other content creators, and some of them just do a 10-minute talk on a Friday, you know? And I'm thinking, you know, I could spend one afternoon, one Saturday, and film all these talks. I could do 10-minute talks. Film those, edit them correctly, and put those out on a day, as opposed to trying to do something really elaborate, you know. Maybe keep it simple. Only I'm a little bit afraid that if I do that, people will consider me say, "Well, you're copying so and so's format," and it's like, well, Talking Head is a format. I don't think anybody has a monopoly on that. And the other thing is that it would be my it'd be my take on those subjects. So it'd still be my work and my words, you know. Oh. Well, that was pretty good. I think I'll have another. Maybe. Yeah, so I ordered 2 entrees and a salad, and I never got the salad. I think you could make a great smaller videos that focus on specific techniques. I would watch all of them. Yeah. Yeah, that's something I could do too. Probably even just cut them out. Or just, yeah. That'd be something. Probably even cut them out of my streams and just do that. But I think you're right, Ray. Roy. Sorry. I think you're right, Roy. Smaller videos, shorter videos, smaller videos, bite-sized content. That's really a lot better than long-form content. But Twitch and now YouTube, they're kind of my slow grow. You know, start small, grow slow. Cut them out of my streams and make great shorts. Yep. I just need to. My problem is I need to find time to do that. I need to learn how to do shorts. I got a lot of things I've got to learn about video production. Digital video production is a lot different than what we used to do when I was a kid. Still do the pocket dimension. You know, there is a tabletop gaming podcast called The Pocket Dimension. But I still claim first use of the term in gaming. And it's documentable too. Oh yeah. I wouldn't stop doing this just because I'm doing shorts by any means. But I need to learn how to do all that. I just now learned how to do reels. I finally learned how to do reels on Instagram. They're not very good reels. Hey, I knew you were going to do that. That's why you're not allowed in here. Out, off, 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 off. Off the table. Get down. Get down. That is a no-no place. That is a no-go zone. Out. Out. Out, out, out. Out. Out, out, out. That is why I don't allow him in here. Because he will... He will wait until I'm completely distracted and enthralled by what I'm doing. And start knocking things off. I know this is the scintillating and exciting footage content everybody wants to see. Is a man. This is a dangerous man. It's a dangerous man eating pasta. A deadly man eating pasta. Well, it sure would have been nice if they'd remembered to bring my salad to me. But they did not bring the salad. So this is not a salad day. Beginner's Guide to Video Editing. Gets you started at least. That might be a link. If it's a YouTube link, it should post. It should post. I'm pretty sure that I allow links on the YouTube side of things. Let's see. I don't see it. What channel is it there, Roy? If you don't mind. It is a YouTube link. Yeah, it should be showing up. It should be showing up. It doesn't show up on the back end here. Very odd. Let's see, what do we got going on here? Of course, there's a lot of that kind of information out there too, so I'm sure that I can find it. All right. Let's see. Let's do this. We'll do the title screen while I adjust the camera. Enjoy the title screen while I adjust the camera here. All right. Think media. Okay. All right. Very good. I'll look that up later. All right. Here we go. All right. Back to the old paint pot here. Well, thanks for sharing that, Roy. I'll definitely be looking at that later on. Appreciate it. Okay. So here we go. Some more yellow. See the stars. See how they shine for you. See now, I can do that on Twitch. I could sing a whole song. But YouTube's got their silly bot that won't let you sing along. They would count it as. I mean, I sing badly enough. I don't know that it would necessarily even register it, but. YouTube's a different animal altogether than Twitch. In some good ways and some bad ways. The one thing that it does have is that the YouTube has all the videos stick around, you know. So I can leave them on the live side of my catalog. And people can go back and watch them if they want, or I can mine them for content, just like you said, Roy. So but yellow can be one of the more daunting, difficult colors to paint. And the problem is, people get frustrated that it's not got great coverage. Even the better paints, sometimes the yellows still are not great coverage. The trick is to start out with either a tan, you could use a yellowish ochre, or a tan, or a pink even, undercoat them, and they will make your life a lot easier wherever you're going to put yellow on a figure. So, ochre, tan, or pink undercoat the area that you're going to use yellow. And don't worry about having to put on 2 or 3 coats. You can always go thin. It's easier to go thin than to go thick. Right? So, don't get frustrated. And just let the paint do the paint thing and trust the process. Yellow can be tricky, but I will tell you this. Once you learn how to paint yellow, you will want to paint everything yellow. I'm serious. You don't believe me? Go ahead and get you some tan paint and some yellow. Undercoat that thing, and undercoat a mini in tan. Then start using the yellow and get that nice coverage. Then give it a brown wash, maybe a little orange just to delineate some of the shadows. Orange is a good shadow color for yellow. Brown works well depending on what it is. So, hard surfaces and cloth, brown is good. Brown to yellow. Brown to orange to yellow. Get a little gradient going on there. So those are Not really. I'm not really saying that those are necessarily triads per se, but those are how you're going to have nice yellows without just putting globbing on, because a lot of times people will get frustrated, and so they'll just take a big old glob of yellow and they'll put it on the figure and they'll try to get some coverage, and they'll start making channels in the middle of it, and it'll get all streaky and it won't be good. But just trust the process. As Kenny Boucher says, respect the paint, dog. Respect the paint. So respect the paint, let it do its job. Don't go putting on thick globby paint. Go ahead and thin it down. It's always better, and I've said this before, and if you've ever attended any of my paint and takes, you'll hear me often say this. It's a lot easier to put on 2 or 3 really thin coats and build your color up than it is to try to correct paint that's on too thick. So, I am getting a headache. I have to say, I apologize. I'm starting to feel a little rough tonight. So we'll see how if I can power through it or if it's going to be a screamer. We'll see. We'll see. Hang in as long as I can. I think it's sinus related headache. Out in the rain today, working, probably do it. Weather changes. They wreak merry havoc on my sinuses from time to time. So we'll see how far we can get tonight. If I get these all yellow, if I get all these crystals all over his body painted, I'll be happy. If I can do that before I succumb to this headache, I think that's what we'll do. I was hoping that food would help a little bit, but it didn't. The fact that they didn't bring the salad really cheeses me off. Oh, I've got the riff from Where Is My Mind by the Pixies going through my head right now. That 2 note do 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 do, with your head on the ground and your feet in the air. Yeah, that one. It'd be pretty awful if I got a copyright strike from YouTube for a badly sung snippet of a song. But you never know what to expect from algorithm. Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? We'll see if that triggers any kind of warning. We'll see how far we can push the YouTube algorithm. You know he invented the internet, right? But this is just thin coats, just like that ochre. Now the ochre has good coverage even on one thin coat. So I just went over all these areas that I'm going to make yellow with the ochre the other night. Just one thin coat. And then I'm doing one thin coat of this yellow here. Probably will wind up doing two thin coats before we're all done here. In fact, there's a couple of places I've already added a little bit. And you can see wherever there's streaks. So these streaks are going this way. So when I go back over those with my second coat, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go perpendicular to those strokes. Go perpendicular. That way, that paint fills those valleys. Because when you have streaks, that means you have irregularities in the paint coverage. Highs, peaks and valleys again. I've talked about peaks and valleys in general shading. But you're going to go across those streaks that are there from the previous coat. You're going to go perpendicular to them. That way it levels out the surface. And eliminates those high-low points as you go across them. I'm just kind of wiped out tonight. But again, I'd like to apologize for being a little late to the stream tonight, but that's life. Generally, if I am going to miss a stream, I try to post up about it, but sometimes Sometimes I can't. If I get called out of town unexpectedly for work, sometimes you won't see, I won't have a opportunity to make a note about it. So, what is my secret to precision placement of the brush? Well, if you're noticing, if you're paying close attention here, you'll see that I'm putting one finger on a place where the paint's already cured and dried and everything. Um, so a smaller figure, if I had it in a holder, I would just be holding it here and I would have my hands touching, right? But since this is a very large figure, so I'm gonna have to touch up some paint right there anyway. I just put my finger on part of his anatomy here somewhere, and yeah, I just stabilize my hand to help me with my brush placement, precision brush placement. And even if you don't have great precision, that's okay. Um, it's just paint. You can always go back over it, which is another reason why we like to work in thin coats. Thin coats dry faster than thick coats as well, so you can move on with your painting quicker and get to the next step if you maintain thin coats. Oh, an hour. We've been doing this for an hour now, so that's okay. Of course, 20 minutes of that was me stuffing my face with Domino's pasta and complaining about them not sending my salad. Those guys. I will have to um, send a strongly worded letter to them. Write it in the finest Georgian style prose. Dear Sir or Madam, it was the evening of the 27th. Is it the 27th? Whatever day today is. 26th. It was the evening of the 26th of September. And I sought to make use of your services. I used your online ordering service, and I was pleased with which the speed and I was pleased with the alacrity of my delivery. Gotta use those fancy words if you're gonna write in Georgian style English, right? I was quite pleased with the alacrity of your delivery. In fact, your delivery man, acquiesced to my request of knocking loudly. It is quite unfortunate to say that many of today's youth do not know how to knock loudly on a door. But your young man rapped at the portal with admirable fierceness. I was able to retire from my back room, to which I have relegated such room to engage in my hobby of applying paint to small plastic figurines. I received my order of victuals from your delivery person. And proceeded to I need a fancy word for eat. And proceeded to consume my purchase. However, while I was consuming the purchase, it occurred to me, while I was consuming my repast, it occurred to me that my order had not been completed, as I did not receive my salad. The other thing about yellow that you want to be careful of is it dries a little slower sometimes than other colors for whatever reason. And so what happens is if you paint too much too soon, you can actually wind up tearing or reactivating the coat underneath, and you wind up tearing it, and you'll get those weird little bumps that look like you've applied your paint too thick, but you really haven't. So that's another reason to go slow. Enjoy the process, trust the paint, trust the process. Oh. So that's 2 coats of yellow. It's still a little thin in some places. I'm not sure whether I'm okay with that or whether I want to go over that and make it a little bit more richer, or whether or not I want to just let the next parts of the process kind of change that up a little bit. Because there's more colors that are going to go on here other than just yellow. So there's going to be some orange, orange brown, but I got some paint up in the fuller of this brush. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this brush out a little bit. It's okay to just use whatever water you have on hand. I mean, generally you'd want to start out with some clean water for cleaning your brush. But I'll just use what I got. I don't know if I can do a full 4 hours tonight. I usually go till 11 on Thursdays. But I'm kind of pooped tonight, folks. I got that low grade headache that's just burning me away. Just back of the eyes here, and I'm not feeling too hot. I hate to dip out early, as you know, but if I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it. And we've got some good progress on this guy, though, so that's good. I'd like to get him finished, though. Work on it Saturday, I could do that. Oh, let's see what I can do here just for the kicks. Just see if I can get a little bit more time in on this dude. Alright, here is Bismuth Yellow from Pro Acryl. This is from the Rogue Hobbies Signature Series. So these are colors that Louise Sugden picked out. And her 6 colors that she picked out, you could actually use all 6 colors and mix those colors up or down and across and actually have them be the only colors you ever needed. They're very art-based colors. But you'll see here on the palette that it's much paler yellow. So here is the Uriel Yellow from Citadel. Right here, it's very orangey yellow. And here is the Bismuth Yellow from Pro Acryl. Right here. So, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with it. Oh, I think I just wore out today. Just feeling wore out. And like all yellows, it is a little on the thin side. That's okay. And I'm just going to get all the same facing here. Try to make these look very crystalline. So I'm kind of bisecting these. So I'm kind of hitting one wall of the crystal there, but then I'm going at an angle on the other one, just to kind of get that idea. Of light bouncing around in that crystal. Then kind of like a yin yang, you want to. So what I'm talking about with the yin yang sort of a thing, so you got a crystal. Let's just draw it here on the palette. You got a crystal. This is the edge of the crystal, right? And then it kind of breaks off and it kind of has another facet here, right? So you have the facet, a facet here, facet here, facet there. So kind of go like this, right? Get that brightness, kind of go like this, kind of get that brightness. And then down here, kind of take it this way, right? And just kind of keep that sort of almost, like I said, kind of a yin-yang sort of a pattern to your light and dark there, right? So then you have your dark here, and dark there, dark here, and dark there with the Uriel yellow. Almost don't have any left. And then after you get those done, you're going to sell it. You're going to send it home with maybe some ivory or some ice yellow along those edges. So I don't have any ice yellow out yet, but that's the plan. So ice yellow or ivory or maybe a mix of the two. And then we're going to just take a little bit of actual white and just very, very gingerly go right up these edges, just at the very points, right where they meet up, to sell that to look like crystal. It's going to be a long process. I don't know if I'm up for it tonight, folks. I think I'm pretty well. I'm just absolutely knackered. So we'll see how far we can get with some of this yellow paint, this light yellow paint. We'll see what we can do. Like Roy says, it's the big dad job. difficult sometimes. But if it was easy, everybody would do it, you know. We'll see how far we can get with this light yellow. And I'm just going on one side of the the crystals tonight, just because that's all I feel up to doing. But who knows? It may just take. We'll see where it takes me. He looks like the character Shale from Dragon Age Origins. That's possible. I'll take your word for it. I've never played, so and it's here's the thing, it's quite possible that that even was an inspiration for his design because everybody borrows from everybody. So it's not altogether an impossible idea that whoever designed this figure was inspired by Dragon Age Origins. Not impossible. I don't know if it shows up or not on the camera here very well, but there's definitely two different colors of yellow there. So we've got the orangey yellow and the bright pale bismuth yellow showing up right here. Oh, grunts and groans are getting old. I tell you what, it is. I could do without it. So painting crystals is actually a sort of a new technique for me. I've painted crystals before, but it's been a long time. They don't act like normal surfaces that you normally paint on. So normally you have your highlight, you have your base color, your midtones, and your highlights, right? So basically a 1, 2, 3 process. So if you were here the other night, you could see sort of some of that process as I dry brushed up the body tones on this fella from the dark grays, the dark warm grays to the lighter blue grays. So you might have seen that process, and you can see some of that process right here. So the dark to the midtones, excuse me, the dark to the midtones to the lighter grays. So, but crystals you can't really work like that. Crystals and gems, they don't quite work like that. They're a little bit different process altogether. Now, a much better painter would probably be more conscious of the direction of light hitting these crystals growing out of his back. But I'm not that great of a painter. And I'd like to get this done. So I can send it out to somebody. Send it out to one of my Twitch subscribers whose erstwhile support allows me to have a couple of extra bucks to provide some of these fun things for them. And of course, when you're doing work that you're going to be giving away to somebody, you should always use that time to try a new method. Yo. Well, there's a good chance of it. There's a good chance. I mean, you have a 1 in 4 chance right now that we have 4 subscribers on Twitch. So it's a pretty good chance. Pretty good chance. The dragon was so cool. Yeah, it was. That went out to DD Minis. So I enjoyed doing that one. I mean, it had its drawbacks, as it was a very close. It had some positioning problems that made it a challenge. But should sell it to you. Oh no, that's not how this one. That's not how this works. Though, if you did want to commission me to paint something, you can commission. I do take commissions. Although last couple of times I've taken commissions, work has sent me out of town, and I had a hard time fulfilling those. So every time I start to make some headway to do something I want to do, from a business aspect, or from making, it's taking a step towards hopefully making this a job. Something always gets in the way. Oh, thank you. Well, the wings were enjoyable. They were big areas that needed something. If I'd have just painted them ochre or gray or something, and just throwing a wash on there, they wouldn't have been quite as much fun, I think. Blending the color, blending from the purple to the magenta, that was really what that needed. And that headache's starting to really get to me. So I think I did an hour and a half tonight. I think I'm gonna call it an evening. I hate to be that way, folks, but I think I am gonna call it an evening. I am pretty wiped out. My head is killing me. I'm having a good time hanging out with you all, but I just don't feel physically up to it. Unfortunately, I enjoy painting. So if I'm hanging it up for painting, there's something wrong. So I hate to cut things short. I really do. I hate cutting the stream short if I can help it. But tonight I'm just not feeling up to it. I'm definitely not going to make it to 11 o'clock. So feeling a little wore out. Head is killing me. Yeah, and I'm still angry that they forgot my salad. Oh. Well, folks, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to drop a like, share if you can. And if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, feel free to hit that subscribe button. And make sure you ding the bell so that it lets you know when I go live. Twitch, as usual, thanks for being here. And I think instead of raiding out tonight, I think I'm just going to shut down both streams at the same time. As always, no matter how bad the day was, always remember, the sun's coming up tomorrow, and the world is a better place with you in it. So that's it. Good night, everybody. End of stream.